So I'm here with Hampus. We're actually at one of the clubs that we started this whole movement, and it's so nice to be back here. This club have done a lot of good things. So yeah, welcome Hampus. Nice to have you here. Tell us a little bit more about yourself and what your role is in the board and what you're doing at the club right now.
Yeah, well, as you mentioned, I'm in the board, one of the board members, and my role here at the club is helping people sign up and get ready for competitions, and I'm also holding some of the trainings for the masters and the kids group, I would say.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. So Hampus, something that you forgot to tell now is that you haven't been here at this club for super long. How long have you been here for?
Yeah, I mean, this is my third year.
Yeah.
I've been rowing for 5 years, I would say.
Yeah.
But it's 3 years here at Jönköping
And a lot of things have changed during these 3 years.
Yes, it has, indeed.
So we're going to talk about that. But tell us a little bit more how the situation was looking when you got here at this club, before we started this whole programs and everything.
Yeah, well, I mean, when I joined 3 years ago, the club, you could see it had been like on its high tides a long time, but we were maybe on the lower part of that. So we weren't a lot of people training, and it was kind of on, a slow burner, I would say, when I joined the club here. That's 3 years ago. But then we took the course, the program we offered, and things have really changed in that, I would say.
Yeah. Do you remember what the main challenges were back then, like when it comes to attracting people and getting more people in the club? Do you remember how it used to look and what was the main issues?
Yeah, I mean, we had these like common try days. We tried to reach out on Facebook, I remember. But we weren't really reaching out to the correct people, I think, getting the traction we wanted. So it was hard to attract new people in all age categories, I would say.
I think it's like quite common. You guys just were using like methods that club have used before, and then suddenly maybe they didn't work as well as they did back in the day. And I think why that happens is because like now the competition is so high. Like you have gyms, you have CrossFit box, you have all these different fitness facilities that are competing for the same people. So if you just like make a post on Facebook, maybe not everyone sees it, or maybe not the right people.
Yeah, exactly. You shoot wide, but you never know if you hit someone.
Yeah. And do you remember, Hampus, how that made you and the rest of the board feel? How was it to like constantly try to get new people, but like the efforts didn't really work that well?
I mean, it was in no way bad, but it was kind of a frustrating part because you couldn't do what you wanted to do. There was so much potential in the club, but you didn't have the resources because we were few people. If a few people were sick, or if someone was sick, like the trainings could be cancelled because you didn't have anyone who ran them. And like keeping the facility alive takes a few people to do. And since we were lacking that, we were kind of always putting out the worst fires, I would say.
On the edge all the time. Yeah.
Exactly.
And something for you guys watching this, maybe you can watch behind of us. It's like it was a shame that the club wasn't that big because it's like located actually in the middle of the city. So it's like really nice located. You go out on this lake and you can row like in downtown here. It's not maybe the biggest city in Sweden, but it's like quite a big city with 150,000 residents here. So quite big,
And like it seems everyone knows. Like if you talk about this building, like everyone knows what this is. So it was, as you say, a shame we couldn't get more people in the beginning.
And do you remember also, Hampus, what were some things that you would like to do back in the day, but you couldn't really do since you were such a few people here at the club, such a few members?
I mean, getting the training up to a certain level, I would say, because you didn't have these coaches and backup coaches, so it kind of stood and fell on one or two people, and to have a consistency and a good level for training, you need to have people who are working to prepare the schedule, to prepare
exactly. You need to have people that are working on stuff all the time.
Exactly. And same with like if you're gonna go out to compete, it's nice to have someone who focuses and helps you prepare for the competition.
And do you remember if this had like a negative impact on the members back in the day? Like, were people excited to be here, or was it more like, oh, I'm going there, I'm training, but it doesn't feel like this, I'm part of something big? And when you got here, you weren't like a board member, right? You first joined as an actual member, so you can tell us firsthand how it felt like getting into the club for first time.
Yeah, but I mean, it people who came here obviously love rowing, so it was really nice. And for me, who didn't have this kind of, you know, rowing association to compare with, for me it was exciting. But maybe for the older members, it was feeling kind of like the same. Like, I don't know, I can't speak for them in that regard, really.
And Hampus, tell us a little bit more about how you got in contact with us.
Yeah, I mean, you guys were also training here at the club, and you talked about your idea that you wanted to do something to, you know, put fire.
So for you guys watching this, we actually trained here, me and my brother, at this club for like 5 years, I think. And I remember coming here training, and it was always like not that many people. So we were like, this is so strange. Like, it's in the middle of the city, there should be more people. And then once we stopped training at a high level and we got more into coaching, then we thought like, maybe the things that we are doing with our online team that we were doing back in the day, we could maybe bring some of those ideas like to the club and do something big here. So that's how we got in contact. And this was also the first club we ran this program with. So I remember
project.
I remember the first time not everything went like exactly as according to the plan, but nevertheless we executed it, and it brought really good results for the club. So tell us a little bit more about that. Do you remember the process? You weren't at the board back in the day, but you were. Now we have done this program 2 times at this club. You were the second time. So do you remember like what got you guys to do it for the second time?
I mean, I would say mainly we saw the result from the first time, because you know, this, like, the first time we were kind of skeptical, like we didn't know what we were getting into, and no one had done this before, so we were like, is this worth anything? But then we decided to give it a shot, and it turned out good. So for the second time, we have data to rely on.
Exactly.
Which is also why we tried it with a bigger group next time.
So first year we did it with like 60 people, and then now the next year we did it with 105 people, which is really, really big considering the size of the city, which was really cool. And also, like, if we compare from the first time to the second time, I think also the second time we brought a little bit more like younger people, which was also fun to have them around the club. And you said like the first time was a little bit skeptical, but you guys still said yes. What do you think was the main reason why you said yes to running this program the first time?
The first time?
Yeah.
I think because we had tried a lot of stuff, as we said, like channels like Facebook and people telling their friends. So, and since we saw that didn't give the result we wanted, we were like, let's try something new. Let's just give this a shot and see. So I think that was the main reason for it.
And I mean, it worked really good. We're going to talk a little bit more about the results now. So now we have been running this program 2 times. So last summer and this summer, we are just about to enter the fall now. So tell us a little bit where you're standing now, Hampus, when it comes to active members and everything that came with that.
I think we tenfolded the members, active members anyway. We've been really growing. I mean, the first session, I think we brought in like 30 new people.
Yeah, exactly.
And the second session, right now, we are 50 people from the second session, like additional to what we have. And it's really nice to see, and it feels also on different parts of the club. Like even everyone who's been here for a long time, like you can feel that they are also, me included, energized by like the new people coming in. They are so excited and want to row.
I think it made like a really big difference. I mean, if you bring in so many people, like everyone sees, everyone feels it, especially if there were not that many people at the club. So really amazing, really good results, especially for being in such a little city. Now, Hampus, tell us a little bit more what you have been able to do now that you couldn't do before, once you got these 80 new active members.
Well, I mean, if I go back to the 3 problems we had before, like one of these, like keeping this facility alive, we've been able to invest money into the invest hours into the facility and freshen it up a lot.
So
we've been with the money we got from the new members, we've been able to the boat park is growing as well. And then also like we've been able to get more coaches, I would say, which is not something we planned, but which actually has been really helpful.
I think like a lot of clubs don't think about this, or they think like coaches is this magical thing that you just like you are waiting and waiting and waiting, and then from nowhere someone is going to like fall from the sky and it's going to fix everything.
But taking the people who took the course last year and getting them invested into the club and actually let them help coaching, it makes a difference. A big difference.
So, and I remember also we talked about this before we started this interview. You guys have been probably one of the clubs that have done the best job, including these people. Like you said, a lot of things have changed here since we started. I mean, the boathouse looks nothing like it did before we started. It's so much fresher. Even this balcony that we're sitting here with the glass, that was fixed this summer. Then the boathouse is also painted. New boats have come in. So a lot of good things have happened since we started. And I think
it's such a nice social part of rowing. I mean, you don't think about the social part of rowing, but everyone like have expressively said that they like this as well. To actually come, you meet your friends. Because many people think of it as just exercise. You go there, you exercise, and then you're done.
And I think also that's something that, you know, when we are talking with other clubs, they think like, oh, we're going to bring these people and they are going to fall in love with the structure, training plan and all this stuff that we make sure that they get, and then they are not going to be at the club and not help. So you can tell us a little bit more about that. Do you think that these people are helping out more or less just because the structure is better?
I think they're helping out. Or which structure do you mean? Sorry.
I'm talking about like just because you have a good training structure, does that make them that they are just here for the training, or does that mean that they feel invested and they want to be here and help out with other stuff also?
They feel invested and want to help with other stuff. And I mean, the more hours you are here at the club, and the more you're kind of want it to look good, like the club, and everyone to feel at home here. And I think that is also same thing there. That is also something that spreads to other people. Like if you have someone who's really invested in the club and helping out, then that spreads to the people around them. We have a competition going on tomorrow down at the beach here, a beach sprint. And you can really feel that the new people, for example, they want to help as well because they see that everyone else is helping. So they want to be a part of that community.
No, it's really good. And like I said, you guys have done an amazing job getting them in. I mean, some of the people that we had last year actually helped out as coaches, as assistant coaches, this program that we ran this year. And then some of them are helping out with kids programs. So you have started a kids group. Tell us a little bit more about that. How is everything going there? And how are you using the new people to help out on that?
We had a kids group prior to this, but now we've been able to expand it. Because I mean, training kids takes more coaches than training adults. You can't be the same amount of a coach per people training as you are with kids. So now we've been able to get more coaches helping out, which means we've been able to expand the kids group. So we have 4 coaches helping out with that right now.
That's really amazing. And that's just like you said. I used to say all the time to the clubs, because everyone has this like amazing idea that we bring just youngsters and we train them and they're going to go to the Olympics and it's really good. But I mean, it takes so much time and it's also like it requires so many coaches. So you might as well like have more people helping out from the beginning.
Exactly. It is a great way to get people to fuel the club by getting new young people in. But you also need to take care of them, and it takes man hours.
Exactly.
I agree.
And what would you say now, Hampus, that is the main difference from before we started and now? Like what can you do, and how does that make you feel as part of the board? Like what's one thing that you can do now that you couldn't do before?
I mean, we have, I feel like I'm saying this again, but like with the amount of new people helping out, you have man hours, you can have more people coaching. So for example, now we have competition specialized groups training, which is really nice. They focus on just going out. So we have more representative at national and maybe international as well, competitions, I would say.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean,
and that has also been doing a really good job for the club, because the same there. When you see other people competing, you kind of want to level up your own training.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
Match them.
Yeah, and I mean, it's crazy that you guys, I mean, this year, you have been almost at every competition that there was in Sweden. Like, let's say 70% of them. You have been at.
We've been at a lot.
Yeah,
someone has been representing a lot.
And it's so fun because, like, I remember when I was training here and these new people weren't here. Like, the club was going maybe to one master regatta, and that was it.
We had the ones we were going to. Now we've really been expanding.
Which is also really fun to see, and it's really good. I think also the other clubs in Sweden have really seen it, and they're like, oh, their stuff is happening here at Jönköping. That's awesome to see.
Yeah, we get that out at the competitions as well. Like, they're like, oh, we see you are being more representative here. Yeah, thanks to this program.
And do you think that this program have been a positive thing for the members that were here before we started this kind of programs? What have you seen there, the difference? Like, are people liking the new people? Are they bonding with each other?
Yeah, they are. And that's been one key of keeping as many people after the course as well. Because, having the course is one thing, but you also need to onboard them afterwards. And that's absolutely to the amazing people at the club who's been helping out, who were here before. And they feel the energy coming in. Fresh blood, it's good for everyone, I think.
Yeah, I think it also like sets a little bit like fire under you that, oh yeah, now we can do this, now we can do that. I think that's also like a big reason why you guys have been doing so many things in such a short time, like building the balcony, like painting all the house, doing all this stuff, because you see like, oh, there are so many people here, so then it feels like we are actually doing something.
We're building it for someone.
Yeah, exactly. We are doing something that someone is going to value, and I think that's like really good. Now, Hampus, what would you say to clubs that maybe are watching this and maybe are on the fence and maybe don't know like if is this the right thing or not? Like, what would you say to them?
I would say that it's 100% worth it. It's really nice to you really get a lot of people back to the club, and the time you invest is coming back as well tenfold. And I would also say just be prepared to take on the people, because you will get a lot of people who want to stay. So be prepared for that. And take them in.
Yeah, exactly. And I think also we talked about this, that you have to be prepared that people are coming in, but then we also said that if you manage to like run the program, then it's going to be much easier, because like it never becomes more people after the program. Like you get like
exactly. Can you help out to run the program? Then you can take them on afterwards.
If you can run. Sure. I mean, here we had like 100 people. It was quite big, 100 people, but it didn't really felt like it. And I think also, obviously, it was the second year.
I think it was this process was streamlined quite a bit the second year. We noticed it anyway at the club that it was much smoother and I ride.
I felt from my side, I felt like the second year was like it felt less stressful than the first year on all regards. So that's also something to know. Like if you do it once, then it becomes much easier also to run it again. But as long as you can handle the people front end, then you can just like take care of them in the back end also.
And I mean, to say it, one other positive thing with doing it the next year is then you can have people from the first year helping out the next year.
Yeah, exactly.
That was something we utilized, and that was really good. Even you don't have to be a professional to help beginners to start to row.
Exactly. We did it also in another club in Gothenburg, and they really needed it, because like last year we had a lot of people helping out from another club, from Mölndal, and then this year that club was also holding their own program, so they couldn't help out on this. So without the new people, they couldn't run the program this year. So they basically ran the program for them, which was great. And they got, again, 80 people in, so really good.
Perfect.
So it becomes also a little bit more like self-sustained the more you do it. That's amazing, Hampus. And what do you think, like, do you think that this is more beneficial to small clubs or to big clubs, or what are your ideas there?
I think you can tailor it to either one. I don't think that's a problem. As long as you... I mean, you can't be a dying club. You need to have members, of course. You can't start from zero. But I mean, if you have 10 people rowing, I think you can manage.
Exactly.
And if you have 100 people rowing, you can also manage.
You
just tailor the people coming.
I think like more of a challenge to like when you have less people, but it's also like when you actually need it the most.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking as well.
And then if you have like 100 people, then it's like much easier to do it. And the only thing that you need to think of is like how can we fit it in with the sessions that are already
happening.
running.
Yeah, exactly.
But again, like the program is 4 weeks, so even we have run it with really big clubs. You just like squeeze it somewhere for 4 weeks, then after that you can manage to put the people in the slots that you already have.
Yes, exactly.
So that haven't been a problem. Now, Hampus, last question here. What do you think is the next step for you guys now at your current situation? What do you want to do the next thing to take what we've already done and just like 10x it and make it even better?
I mean, we have different fronts. As I said, we expanded the kids group, so we're gonna put some focus on that now. We also gonna be more representative, even more representative on the competitions. We have those new guys from the summer. Like we are getting a competition group starting there, so they're gonna go out as well. And then, like in general, keep up the pace. I think now, because now we are not as sensitive as we were now. As we are not as sensitive now as we were 2 years ago. So now I think we can really start to think big in the club.
Yeah, exactly. And just go to the competition, like you said. I think we didn't really touch on this one. We can also talk a little bit about like the coaches now, because we obviously said that some of the people are helping out, but then you guys also have like 1 to 2 coaches that are actually good. They've been training a lot and they are taking care of these people, and I think also they are also leveling up. Like the more you train, the more better you become as a coach. So
exactly, and we've been able to, and we are sending people to coaching educations.
Yeah, exactly.
Which we couldn't do because you couldn't lose a coach because somebody needed to hold the trainings. Now you can kind of like always have a backup. So if someone's sick, if someone's away on education, like you can have another coach taking his place, and it's fine.
And I think also like this thing with education, like it's so like everyone is trying to do it, or they are actually doing it, sending their coaches there, but then the coaches don't really have people to try it on, the things that they learn, and that's like a really big mistake, because the reality is like you learn so much more of just like being out and coaching people than just like learning about it and then never doing
absolutely,
it.
Absolutely.
So I think what you're doing now is the best, like having the people coach a lot, and then maybe sometimes you get
a theory run, and then you can put it into practice.
And then you go back, and then because that way also the coaches feel like the things that I'm learning, I'm actually using them. I'm not just like learning it for the sake of learning it,
exactly.
which is awesome. Sounds really good, Hampus. One more time, thank you for being here and taking this interview. I think that you guys have done an amazing job, and it's really cool. I mean, all of this have happened within like
2 years,
or
1 year,
1.5 year, I would say. So it's crazy, like almost 100 people in 1.5 years. So the future is going to be bright, I'm sure.
I think so as well.
On that end also. So to you guys watching this, if you are interested in running a program like this, I'm going to leave a link below where you can schedule a call and see if you apply to work with us, or if you are seeing this on our website, you can just click on the button and see if you apply, and then we can talk with you and see what we can do together. That said, have a nice day. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.